All right, everybody, welcome back to day number 16. Day number 16 of hashtag 24 and 24, 5-minute leadership videos with yours truly, Staff Sergeant Lloyd Justin, U.S. Army. I'm super excited to be with you all. Huge shout out of thanks to everybody who sent prayers and best wishes. Surgery was a great success. Appendix is out. I'm back at home safe and sound. Listen, I want to talk to you today about a 4-letter word named GROW. Grow, grow, grow. This is an important term because, and if you remember again, we're approaching everything like we want to be in quadrant 2 living. You have to grow in your life. You have to grow in order to be successful. You have to grow in order to reach the next level. You have to grow to become more mature. Everything in nature goes around this same theory, right? You have little babies born, and first they cry a lot, and then they begin to crawl, and then they begin to walk, and then they begin to run, and then they get older. They're constantly growing, and in growing, it allows them to achieve new abilities, to accomplish new things. They just keep growing, and then they become teenagers, and then they leave. When you grow, you change your thought process. When little boys see little girls, they say stuff like, ooh, cooties, and little girls see little boys, they say stuff like, ooh, gross. And then years later, and I know for some of y'all spouses and friends are still saying that, but nonetheless, years later, boy looks at girl, girl looks at boy, and they're like, hey, what's your name? How you doing? And so we know that we were mature. We would know that growth is a natural extension of life. What happens so many times, though, is that we run into the enemy of growth, and that's comfort. Comfort stymies, prevents, blocks all of our growth. We grow to achieve a certain level, and then once we feel like we've gotten that, we don't usually want to grow anymore. And what I want to encourage you is that you're too gifted and too talented, too called and too chosen. Your life's too full of purpose to be comfortable. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't things in life that won't make it easier, but I'm suggesting to you that once you accomplish comfort in your life, you're going to stop growing. But that's against the natural concept, because in nature, when you stop growing, you die. That's just how it works. And so you need to be intentional about your growth. That's why plenty of people out there write books on growth. John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Growth. You can just see it peppered and sprinkled throughout all of nature. Keep going, keep going. I often tell people who are trying to join the Army that in the Army, we believe you've got to grow or you've got to go. There's no place for just being stagnant in your rank or stagnant in your position. That's why we change the duty stations, why we go different places, so that we have new experiences that cause us to grow. Going into being a recruiter, going into being a drill sergeant, those are considered broadening experiences. Broadening what? Your mind and your skills, which then, of course, makes you grow into a better leader. But in the civilian world, sometimes you don't have those opportunities built in naturally, and you have to seek those things. So let me tell you a little bit about my own personal growth journey. So I decided I was going to get out the Army because there were some other things that I wanted to do. And in preparation for that, me and my wife decided that we were going to become John Maxwell coaches. So this was back in February. And now we've kind of just been working through this whole piece. And then as I continued with this idea of wanting to impact the community and make life better, I decided to do hashtag 24 and 24, another chance for me to grow. Because it's one thing to teach leadership classes, and I do that too, but it's another thing to condense them and make them short, but yet still relevant. From there, I got a website coming out October 1st. Mark that on your calendar. You're going to see some things about that coming up. From there, come January, I plan to launch the Simple Plans Academy, taking my book and turning it into something that you can utilize to grow with. And then hopefully by next spring, we're going to have the Simple Plans Fund up and running, where we'll be able to actually take people who pass through and accomplish the fulfillment of strategic planning from the Simple Plans Academy and turn that into an opportunity for them to launch their business. Now, why am I doing all this? Well, if you remember, we talked about mission statement and their statement of purpose. I think it was back in episode number 11. And what I wanted to remind you of is that everything you do lines up with that. And in order for you to fulfill that statement of purpose, which is your statement of what it is that your giftings, callings, purpose all draw you to accomplishing in life, you have to grow. You just have to. It's just inevitable. There's no getting around it. Understand you'll face obstacles, right? You'll face disappointments. We kind of talked about that yesterday. You'll face situations that you didn't know. And all those are opportunities for you to grow into learning and to becoming more, expanding your capacity to do more. Because the only thing limiting you is your mind. So don't let your mind limit you. And definitely don't let the pursuit of comfort limit you. Instead, make it a point and a purpose that every day you're going to seek a way to grow, to get a little bit better, to become a little bit more effective, so that you can lead your family, impact your community, and be a great asset in this world. Hashtag 24 and 24. See y'all tomorrow. Be blessed.